Hey guys, what's up? It's me again. It's been a year and decided that I love recording these videos for you guys. And this time I'm going to introduce you to the Alex Rider series by Anthony Horowitz. Anthony Horowitz made this boy called Alex Rider, who was actually a schoolboy in England, who was recruited as a spy by MI6, the intelligence agency of England. But he was a reluctant spy, but he's excelled from all his tasks for all these 13 books written by Horowitz. And Stormbreaker, for the book I'm going to introduce you today, is the first assignment, and after the death of his uncle Ian Rider, who was an overseas finance manager, but actually an agent for the MI6 along with his brother John Rider. But we'll say that in the fifth book called Scorpio. In the first book called Stormbreaker, Alex is sent by Alan Blunt, the head of special operations in MI6, and his deputy, Mrs. Jones. He is sent to investigate where his uncle had left off. A man called Harold Sale. He is the head of Sale Enterprises, and he wants to give out all these new Stormbreaker computers. It's like a new invention, new technology of computers. It's like Apple came after Nokia, and Apple's now really popular. He made this new kind of technology, and everybody loves it. However, Ian Rider was sent to investigate it, and he died when he found something that was really suspicious along with these computers. So MI6 wanted to send out Alex Rider, his nephew, to investigate where Ian had left off. And Alex soon finds out that it's not what it seems to be, and Stormbreaker is actually a huge plot to humiliate Britain and also to kill off a lot of Britain's students. Let's jump into the book right now. So one of the parts I wanted to share for you is when Alex chooses to act as a schoolboy called Felix Lester, who was chosen by Harold Sale because he was the first boy to use the Stormbreaker computer, and he's going to the Sale Enterprises to check it out and stay for 3 days. And Alex uses this opportunity to act as Felix Lester and infiltrate that company to see what is actually going on inside Harold Sale's mind, and also what is going on with these suspicious new Stormbreaker models. When he was picked up by a driver that was working for Sale Enterprises, he slept during the whole trip because it was a few hours long, and he had no music to play, or whatever new music he liked. When he arrived to Port Talon, the headquarters of Sale Enterprises, the driver said, "Port Talon," the driver said. He must have noticed Alex opening his eyes. That's because Alex just awoke from his sleep. Alex says, "It's pretty, not if you're a fish." Even though this is not really in the story, I just wanted to say, people think a lot of nature is really beautiful, and I know that. I also think it's really beautiful, and I sometimes go on hikes. However, we sometimes just leave out stuff that we don't want, and we leave it in nature, which is actually damaging their ecosystems. And even though hunting is okay, but you have to hunt and you have to eat what you do, or actually do something with what you kill, and not hunt for fun, or I just want to go hunting today, let's just kill off all the species of a rhinoceros or something. And the driver just said, it's not pretty if you're a fish, because they fish a lot there, and I know it's reasonable because they have to have a stable food supply to maintain their stability in their community. But for the fish, if you overfish it, then the fish will slowly die out, and nobody would have any fun. That's the first part I want to share you. And after that, Alex arrived. He he's still acting as Felix Leicester, but he made a really bad mistake because when Herod Sale told him to call him Mr. Lester, Alex said, "Call me Alex." That was his worst mistake in this whole book and perhaps this whole series of his adventures. And perhaps maybe he was a bit new to this field. He made some mistakes along the way, and that was his biggest and most crucial mistake. I mean, not crucial, he would have, if he didn't think of something really quickly, he would have been found out and maybe even killed later. And Herod Sale asked him, why did he call himself Alex? And Alex thought of Alex Ferguson, which is a soccer player in the Manchester United, and he said, "Oh, I really like Manchester United, so my friends call me Alex." And after that, he went on to find whatever his uncle had left off, and he found that the Stormbreakers contained viruses, not computer viruses, but actual viruses. That is it's like smallpox virus. And once the Prime Minister activates all the Stormbreakers, the virus will come out of the computer and infect all the school children who actually touch or is near to the Stormbreaker model computer. And Alex tries to stop this. However, Herod Sale hired an expert assassin called Yasin Grigorovic, and Yasin is tasked to stop whoever is trying to infiltrate, and it was Yasin who killed Ian Ryder, Alex's uncle. After that, Alex tried, he got stuck with an assistant called Nadia Vol, and also another assistant called Mr. Grin. Mr. Grin can't really talk much, and all his syllables like warg and yerg, he only can talk about like that. However, Alex got stuck in a jellyfish tank, and it was Herod Sale's favorite pet. It was a Portuguese man-o-war, but it was so big, it was measured in the book, around 6 meters. It was huge. It can kill a person by just simply wrapping its tentacles around a human's body. Alex was dropped into there, and he found a way to break out of the tank because when he was briefed by Alan Blatt and Mrs. Jones, they also sent a guy called Smithers who worked on new projects and also spy tools to help Alex along his way, and one of them was a Zit Clean bottle, but it was actually, it's kind of like cream acid, which burns through mostly any metal and also any material or substance. He used it in the water, and the whole tank broke, and the water gushed out, and the Portuguese man-o-war got tangled with Nadia Vol and killed her off. Mr. Grin went to the cargo plane to launch all the new cargo of the Stormbreaker models to the science museum that they were going to present it in. And the science museum, the Prime Minister were there, there's a lot of security guards, there's a lot of reporters, and Herod Sale himself was there. And he gave a speech which was really kind of creepy. He told the people that I hope the Prime Minister reflects on what he did today, because it was the Prime Minister himself that started this all. And even though it might not have a good effect, if you know what Herod Sale was doing, it was more of a bad effect to the protagonist. And Alex had to steal a parachute from Mr. Grin's plane using a mechanical yo-yo that Smithers had given him that can actually pull himself up with an advanced nylon string. And after that, he parachuted into the science museum, broke through the glass dome, and he shot Herod Sale 2 times. 2 times. And Herod Sale didn't die. He also shot the first Stormbreaker model, and the button that was supposed to activate the virus, and also like the computer. The computer was just like a hoax for the virus because Harold Sale was bullied when he was at school because he was born in Lebanon, so he's kind of like a black, so he was bullied because of that, so he wanted revenge. However, that didn't work out because Alex stopped him. However, later, Harold Sale tricked Alex into a cab, and then Alex actually climbed in, and Harold Sale was disguised as a driver. He later turned around and held a gun to Alex and said he's going to kill Alex because of what he has done. Later, however, Yasin actually saves Alex because of something that we're not going to talk about right now, but we're going to talk about on later episodes or later books. Mostly, you would know about that in book 4, 5, and 10. You would know most of it in book 10 and book 5. Book 5 gave you some of the information, and then book 10 will give you another perspective of the information, and you will understand most of it. And that's the end of the Stormbreaker, and that's how Alex got trampled with MI6, and his later missions are all reluctant, but he somehow got manipulated by MI6 every time, and he proved successful every time. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.